I've worn out the world. I'm on my knees.
Hello, I hope that you're all doing well. It feels like forever since I last filmed and spoke to you. It has been a few weeks, to be completely honest, because I think the last time I filmed was when I came back from England, which was very beginning of January. And despite having a very long Christmas break, it lasted until the 20th. I can really bring myself to film, and that is for one main reason, which I'm just very quickly going to touch on. About 2 weeks ago, I think, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. My symptoms started showing about 2 months ago, so this whole month of January was very draining altogether, so I can really find the energy to film. Also, if I'm out of breath, it is because of that. Because one of the symptoms that I have at the moment is tachycardia, which is just wonderful. The point of this video is to do kind of a late sort of collective show and tell about Christmas presents and what I got in England. Just a little disclaimer before I get started. The point of this video is not for me to brag about what I got for Christmas at all. And if it comes off that way, I will feel so angry at myself, because I know that this is a lot and that I'm quite spoiled by my family, but I'm so incredibly grateful for all of these lovely and thoughtful presents that my family give me. If this video comes off as me being a spoiled child and bragging about my presents, and definitely tell me, but it's not the point at all. I just want to talk about the many books that I got and the few knickknacks and things that my lovely family got me, and talk about my holiday. I figured I would start with Christmas in France with my grandparents and my parents and my brother, and I figured I would start with stocking stuffers first. I got these lovely little Christmas socks from my grandparents. Socks are always an amazing present. I love socks, so these are great. From my parents, I got this tiny pop figurine of Harry Potter, which is so cute. And lovely Christmas candles. How pretty is that? My grandma got me some dried flowers. Very pretty. Really opened them, but I got some Grinch themed lip balms, which are quite hydrating actually, which is great. I'm always looking for different lip balms, and I love the Grinch, so this is perfect. Also in the Grinch theme, I got hand and foot masks, which I'm not sure how excited I am to try them. I do feel kind of iffy of my extremities being wrapped in things for a couple minutes, but we'll definitely try it out. Right, now let's get into my presents. So, first thing, my dad got me 2 records of Blondie, and I love Blondie so much. So I got Call Me and Sunday Girl, which are literally 2 of my favourite songs from Blondie. This used to belong to my dad, which is just so cool and so adorable, and I love them so much. Also in my stockings, which is insane, seeing as this is literally such a beautiful gift, but my mum got this beautiful picture she took of me and my cat Winston printed on this little block. How pretty is that? Look at him! Ah, I love this. I think I need to find the perfect spot for it in my room, but my brother knows me well, seeing as he got me a Christmas planner. How cool is that? Such an organised person that I do sort of like plan for Christmas. My grandma got me such lovely gifts. So she got me this glass pen set with inks. I'm a fan of calligraphy, which I do practice as well, and I had been wanting to try a glass pen, so I'm so excited to try this out. I haven't yet, but I'm like really excited. Like seriously, how beautiful is that? She also got me this thoughtful, lovely and such a personal gift as well, which I will literally cherish for the rest of my life. It is this picture book of Lake District. She did write a little note in it telling me that this actually was sent from her English correspondent when she was 12 years old. Since then she has gone to the Lake District with my mum and she loved it. It's such a beautiful gift, And the cover as well. I definitely need to find the right place in my room because how beautiful is that? Seriously. Then my parents got me this handbag, which I love. Definitely needed a new bag for university because my other one, which I love, was getting way too small, especially because I changed my iPad, which is now twice as big as my older one. So it's got cats on it. How cute is that? It's really comfortable. It's spacious. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. I can now bring my iPad, a book, my water bottle, and more. I did get 3 pieces of clothing. So I got this sweater vest, which I love, with a duck on it. I love ducks. Fun fact, my favorite duck is an Indian runner. I love them. But this is so cool, and something that goes with it is this beautiful tartan shirt. And when I wear this, I really feel like an English granddad, which is exactly the goal of how I dress. And my grandpa got me socks from Free People. I sent on my Christmas list, I sent him 2 links. Either one pair of socks, which are now in the wash, but they were red and had little flowers on them, and I love them. So either these ones or the whole pack of other ones with flowers and stuff, without the red one, if that makes sense. And he was like, well, in the whole pack you don't get the red one, so I'm just gonna get the whole pack and the red one. And I was like, that is so lovely, thank you. And I was like kind of missing some socks, so he got me socks. Unfortunately my favourites are now in the wash, but yeah, these are such cute socks and so soft. The colours are so nice. On my gifts, my mum hanged these little candle ornaments, which are so lovely, and next year I'm definitely going to put them in my tree. My parents also got me this. Look at its eyes. I was sort of surprised when I opened this, but I feel like but it's quite funny, and I think, you know what, I think it'll be great around Halloween. And now for books, which I quickly had to get from my shelf. So Sylvia Plath selected poems, which I've been wanting to read for ages. I have read a lot of her poetry, but I really wanted like a volume of poetry, so really excited for this. Then I got Just Kids by Patti Smith, which same I've been wanting to read for 2.5 years, I think now. I have a lot of reading for uni this term, hopefully this summer I'll get to this. And lastly, A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, which is something that I've been wanting to read for ages as well. So I think that pretty much sums it up for Christmas with my family, Christmas in France. I'm so very grateful again. I love all of these presents so much. And now let's get into what I got in England. So some of this will be from my family in England, Christmas presents, because we did 2 Christmases, and the rest will be things that I bought myself. I will have some more books to fetch, but for now let's start with Christmas with my family. One of my aunts got me this lovely Cath Kidston mug, which is of London, and just give me a mug and I will be so happy. I love mugs, you can see. We have such a collection of cool mugs. Look at this one. Give me a mug and I will be really happy. My aunts also got me a tarot deck, but this one is cat themed. I also got this pouch which says, "Ew, people," little sprinkle socks, and a little donut case, a sticker, "Not today, patriarchy." Cool. Oh, I got this from my grandma, how cute. I need to put a little battery in it so I can light it up. As well as this very pretty bracelet, which came with this lovely quote: "You're doing the best you can with what you have. Be gentle with yourself." But sometimes swearing helps. I had to get literally almost every book from this spot right here in my bookshelf, so that kind of tells you what kind of person I am. One of my aunts also got me A Christmas Carol and Other Christmas Writings in the Penguin Clothbound Classics edition, which I have been wanting these editions for ages, but let me tell you, they are so expensive in France. It's crazy. And in England I can find them at TK Maxx for I think £13. Now anytime I'm in England I look for them. And now I think this is everything that I got myself. I got 2 other Penguin Clothbound Classics. Actually my dad got me this, Dracula by Bram Stoker, which is one of my favourite books. Thank you, Dad. What a pleasure to read with this. I actually have to read it again for a book report, so quite excited. At TK Maxx I found Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, which I already read, but this edition is just gorgeous as well, and I actually have to read this as well for university. So this is actually just turning out to be quite useful and perfect and beautiful in my bookshelf. If you remember correctly, the Sylvia Plath Selected Poems edition, I love the design of this edition, and in a charity shop I first found W.H. Auden Selected Poems, and he is one of my favourite poets, and it's the same edition as the Sylvia Plath Selected Poems, and then I kept finding them, so I got T.S. Eliot All Possum's Book of Practical Cats. These lovable cat poems were written by T.S. Eliot for his godchildren and friends in the 30s. They have delighted generations of children since, inspired Andrew Lloyd Webber's brilliant musical Cats. So it's just like poems about cats, and I'm a cat lady. Perfect. How lovely. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And I found Ted Hughes' The Hawk in the Rain, and it's his first volume of verse. And I have to say it's quite peculiar. I haven't read anything quite like this, so I'm excited to keep reading it. In the same realm of books, I found this in the same charity shop where I got W.H. Auden Selected Poems. I think I paid £10 for it, and it is the Oxford Library of English Poetry. If you don't know, poetry is my favourite genre of literature and my favourite form of art, I would say. So I think this goes from the 15th century to the 20th century, if I'm not mistaken. Look how beautiful these books are. Yeah, so Spencer to Dryden. So I'm actually mistaken, it starts around the 16th century because Edmund Spencer lived during the mid 1500s. The second volume, From Sackville to Keats. I love Keats. 1600s. And the last volume is From Darley to Henny. I think Henny? I'm not 100% sure. Henny starts around the late 1700s until about sort of the 1930s, 1940s. So it starts from the early 16th century to sort of mid 20th century. So incredibly happy with this find, and of course it looks simply beautiful and stunning. The last book I found was when we were in the Malverns, and it's where I found these two other little books in an amazing place held by a woman who has 2 floors and 5 rooms filled with old books. I was in heaven. So I found this little book, Flower Fairies of the Summer, and I kind of grew up with these little fairies as a kid, and it was just so nostalgic to see this. It is a little bit worn out, of course, but it's just so beautiful. It really is so incredibly stunning. Honeysuckle, white clover. Oh, I did get a few cards. In France, in Paris, we don't have as great as cards. I kind of stock up. So first I did get this for me, Bramley Hedge. I kind of grew up with this as well. But then I got a card for my brother and for my mum. So for my brother I got this one. How cool is that? And for my mum, which I think she's gonna love, it's gonna be for her birthday. How cool. Alas, thou art another year older, but thee haven't aged a day. Happy birthday, William Shakespeare. My mum did her master's thesis on, I think it was Henry V, or another play of Shakespeare, but she's very, very fond of him. At a charity shop I found this record, Happy Christmas, War is Over, by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Literally in my top 10 of my favourite Christmas songs. The thing is that we don't have charity shops in Paris or in France at all. And so when I'm in England, I do literally every charity shop I see. I found this beautiful little Christmas/winter mug. It's made in England and it's just absolutely lovely. Whenever I'm in England, I get the Doctor Who magazine because I'm a big fan of Doctor Who. I've been watching since I was about maybe 7 or 8. At TK Maxx I got this lovely notebook. Lastly, everything you're going to see now is from Oxford. So my parents surprised me, and the last day in England was spent in Oxford, which was such a beautiful experience. I have been dreaming of going to Oxford for years, and of course I dream to study there. I'm not sure if that will ever happen, but I cried multiple times a day because of how beautiful it was, and also because of how sort of emotional I was, that there was a probability that I will never be able to study here, and it just made me really emotional, but it was just a really beautiful experience. So for the memories, I got a hoodie at the campus store. I know it looks very touristic, but I don't really care. I just really wanted a university hoodie. I already have one, which is actually vintage, and it's great. It's just a jumper. I don't know, I just kind of liked it a lot. Oxford University tumbler, but this actually I needed. I wanted a tumbler, and why not have an Oxford University tumbler? Because I have some classes earlier this term, so I need to bring coffee to survive. This little Bodleian Library keychain and a bookmark, a Bodleian Library bookmark, which is beautiful. I have a lot more ideas for the videos to come. A bit more sit down, talking about my interests. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon.